What's up WobbleTube, this is Tubedigga. In this wobble I'm going to show you how to make a wobble program in your Akai Wobble Live or your Akai Wobble X. So don't worry, I'm not going to keep doing that throughout this video. That would become really obnoxious and irritating, which I already am. So I've created a wobble program and I've done this video because a lot of people have requested it. So here you go, here's your wobbles. I'm going to play my sequence back so you can hear what I've achieved. Here we go. Wobbly. So how have I got this set up? So I'm going to press menu, go to program edit, and the main source of our wobbliness is coming from the LFO controlling the filter cutoff of all our pads. The only difference between each pad is the sync rate of the LFO. I've actually got mine in some kind of order. So the first pad is quarter note dotted, the second pad is quarter notes, the third pad quarter note triplets, fourth pad eighth notes, fifth pad 16th note dotted, sixth pad is eighth note triplets, seventh pad 16th notes, and the eighth pad is 16th note triplets. That's basically exactly the same for the last 8 pads. So it was just a logical order, just so I know that as I go along the pads they increase in rate. The reason I've used a drum program is because we get access to a different sync rate or a different LFO per pad. If I'd have used a key group program, it would have required a lot more programming and it would have taken forever to do this. Because basically in a key group program, your LFO controls the entire program, so therefore you've only got access to that one sync rate. Yes, you could automate the different sync rates by turning your Q-Link knob and writing that automation in, but then you would be taking a chance on the timing of that. This way it gives you precision timing for each different pad with a different sync rate wobble. Okay? A key group program would only have the additional benefit of being able to utilize a MIDI keyboard with a pitch bend control to control the pitch of your wobbles. But as said, it would take a hell of a lot of time to program each individual range for all the sub key groups to then get access to the different sync rates. But it really would be a ball ache trying to set that up. It's a lot easier in a drum program. Not only that, is it kind of forces you to choose the pitches that you want your different pads to play back at. So on pad 3, I've got the sync rate to quarter note triplets. Let's just go to the sample page and it's set to 14 semitones. So let's adjust the pitch of that. So it would be simple enough just to copy the pad to another pad, and then you could change the semitones of that pad, or you could change the sync rate to give you 2 different versions of that wobble. And you could just do that for any other pads and stick them in any other banks, and there you go. You've got a nice big program full of different wobbles. And the other nice thing is that these samples are very small. They're very small in themselves. I've not even cropped this one, but as you can see, it's looping over a very small range to give it that buzz. And I basically did exactly the same thing in this program as I did in my other video where I turned the MPC Live basically into a synthesizer. So it's exactly the same principle. All your pads are looping. For my particular program, I found the reverse mode to be the most preferable. And again, I've shown this in another video, how to get smoother loops. You just click on your cogwheel there and you can change the 0 snap to on, and that will allow you to snap to the 0 crossing, which is a point in the loop where it will just loop over a lot more smoothly. So go and check out both of those videos if you want a bit more detail on that. I'm not going to go into it for this video because we're going to focus on the wobbliness. But that's pretty much it. There's not much else to show you other than let's go back to menu and channel mixer On my first return, I've got this distortion grimy. This is my favourite distortion unit inside the MPC Live. Let's go and have a look at that. And I'm basically adjusting the centre frequency with my bottom Q-link. So I'm going to play the sequence back and I'm going to adjust the centre parameter of the distortion unit that I've got loaded in. So really nice, you get a lot of aggressive tones and different timbres by playing around with that centre frequency. And the nice thing about this is I personally wouldn't automate that. I would just use that as a live control when playing back my sequence and recording it maybe into Ableton Live when I go to finalise the track. And obviously if you was just playing out live anyway, then you'd have access to that to give it all that nice dirtiness on top. So that's it guys, that's pretty much all I need to show you about this program. Hopefully this has been pretty self-explanatory. Get yourself some nice short buzzy waveforms and loops in there. Set them to different pitches and then it's just a simple case of setting your LFO modulation at different sync rates for different pads. So big up yourselves guys, I will see you in the next wobble. This is Tube Wobble and I'm wobbly.